Awesome. So today, really pumped to talk to my good friend, Karim Keshavjee. Hopefully I hit that right. And I've been working on it, so I'm hoping I hit it right. Rock star agent, longtime top producing agent, is a platinum club producer, very regular. Been in the industry for how long now again?
Because 30 years. It's been 30
years. Because I was looking on RECA and it doesn't go back that far. So this was pre-RECA. So amazing, like a lifetime of experience, and you can tell by the smile, still loves what he does, right? And you hear from it in his energy. So I'm really excited to get some solid tips from a pro. And so I asked Karim, if you were going to start all over again, what would you do differently? And so he wants to just share, if he's going to start over again, what are some of the things that you would do differently? And so welcome, Karim. Thanks, man.
Thanks for having me, Shane. And so you know what? One of the things I'd do differently would be I would have created more systems to keep my warm leads alive, right? So I've been focusing my whole career mainly on hot leads, right? And on my past client base, right? So I work with my hot leads. When I'm down to my last deal and I've sold them something, I've got nothing. It creates a vacuum now. And then I have to go back to my past clients and shake that money tree a little bit and say, I need referrals, right? And then it takes a while before that starts happening. And so, if I would have kept my warm leads warm, I think that system would have been spitting out more leads to me, more deals to me, and I wouldn't have had that many dry spells.
Right. And so it's that consistent communication, or touches, as you were, no matter what stage they are in the funnel. If they're really early stage and have no clue, no financing, don't know where they're moving, but kind of have some interest, to those people that need to be in a place by the end of the month type of speed. Yeah.
That's so right. Yeah, there's people like if you've shown a house that's like that they've contacted you through the MLS system, and you've shown them a house and they're not quite ready to buy yet, and so you just kind of drop them.
Right.
Those are the people I'm talking about. If I would have had systems to work with those guys better, I would be having a little bit more money now.
Okay. And so as an example, as an agent, what are a couple things that you can do just to stay in touch with those folks?
So, just having a good CRM, I think, right, where you meet someone and then you ask them if you can stay in touch with them, right, and then you send them stuff, not just like bragging about yourself type of thing, but you're sending them stuff that's relevant to them, relevant to this market. If oil prices are really down, you can talk about that and how it benefits some people. If the market is really good right now, how that benefits those people. If is it to your benefit to sell when the market is low? In your case, it is. That kind of stuff, right? If I just kept in touch with them that way, just random stuff. Some of the stuff that I would have sent them maybe would have stuck to them, and I just stay in their mind, right? Top of mind.
So then when the time is right, you're top of mind for them and the first choice, obviously.
That's right.
Really great. Yeah, solid tip. And I think not even just starting out, right? We have lots of experienced agents that can use a more effective system for following up on warm leads. So yeah, great tip. We got number two.
Number two, honestly, I wish I would have found a better way to deal with my fear of rejection. Like, I have a huge fear of rejection, not of losing, but of rejection. So like being hung up on the phone with someone, if I call someone, they hang up on me, that devastates me, right? Or if I door knock and someone slams the door, that kind of stuff. If I would have worked more on that, right? So I kind of spent a lot of time creating workarounds, right? So when I started real estate, I did 2 days of cold calling, and that was the roughest 2 days that I've ever had in real estate, right? People hanging up on me. And so, and I did for sale by owners. For my first 3-4 years in real estate, all I did to build up my base was for sale by owners, right? So how do you have a fear of rejection and also work with for sale by owners? Because they're kind of angry people sometimes, right? And so what I did was I kind of became a partner with someone, right?
Yeah.
And I said, you do the calling, I'll do the closing, and then you do the servicing after that, right? Kind of had a deal. So that kind of was a workaround. My boss, after a while at the time, he said, so, Karim, you're doing quite well over here, but you're giving away half your business to somebody else. And really all they are effectively is an assistant, right? So,
Right.
you're giving a lot. So then what I did was I kind of severed that partnership with that person.
Yeah.
And he was actually out of the business 3-4 months down the road, right? And then I just hired someone to do my cold calling for me, right?
Right.
I'd pay them $10 a bona fide appointment for FISBO, and
Yeah.
they'd make me 3, 4, 5, 6 appointments a day, and that's what I do all day for
Great.
2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, great workaround. And I think honestly, you're probably still getting rejection with for sale by owners, but I think what you were saying is get over that sooner, right? Like fail hard, fail often. And we always say either you win or you learn,
That's
right?
Right.
And see how we can make things a little bit, how do you make those small adjustments so that you get a different result the next time that situation comes up.
Yeah.
I think you learn a lot about, hey, when I say this, I get this response and it doesn't quite get me where I'm looking to go, or it doesn't help the client make a decision. Also our business is just math, right? Like all business, you get to the point where you know that if I have 10 conversations, I have 1 in-person appointment. And for every, 5 in-person appointments I do, I make a transaction. Okay, great. Now you just start scheduling accordingly. And that works out. Then you can look for opportunities for improvement. But get some tough skin. We are although it's relational and there's relationships, it's a contact sport, and we have to get in touch with as many people as we can for our business to grow. And for some of those times we're not a fit, and so we got to be okay with that.
100%. Yeah, and then what it does too, if you have a fear of rejection, it works to your favor too, right? Because you hate being rejected. When you do have a bona fide appointment, you make it work, right? You make it stick, because you don't want to go back to that. You want to capitalize on that appointment, right? So you refine your presentations, and you just do a better job, right?
Yeah, I love that. Great. Third and final tip: things that you would have done differently if you were to start over again.
So I would have learned sooner to trust my own personality, to trust my own style, right? So when you start real estate, it's all about mentoring. Everyone is encouraging you to go find a realtor that you respect, buy them lunch, get good tips, all that kind of stuff, right? So it's really a good idea to get an experienced realtor to, talk about one-stop listings versus two-stop listings, how many appointments, what kind of, fitness habits they might have, all that kind of stuff. It's really good. That's very valuable to get into a good mindset like that. But it's very difficult to create an image that you're not, right? And then it's also more difficult to manage an image that you're not, right? Like if you create something that you're not, right? And so, I had a really hard time, a long time. I don't know if it was like an inner thing in my head or I don't know what, but it took me a long time to kind of find my own voice, right? And I actually had a conversation with my mother about that, right? I was saying it, and she says to me, you know what? People like you, like your whole life. People have liked you. They gravitate towards you. Like, what are you afraid of, right? Yeah. And I said to my mom, Mom, you've always told me that I'm the kind of guy that only a mother could love. And she goes, no, I was talking about your sisters. So I just I learned to be myself and to trust myself. And it's actually not only good for business, but it's also good for your personal growth, right? Like when you work, like when it works, when you, being yourself works for you, it just doesn't work in business. It works in everything, every facet of your life, right? Yeah.
Yeah, when you're not authentically yourself, people see through that, right? Yeah. And it doesn't come across genuine or authentic, right? And so, also it's good as you act and present yourself authentically, you start to attract people that are more in line with your core values and like-minded people, and people do business overall with people they know, like, and trust. that's one way for people to learn to like you. Like, I know you're an avid biker, right?
Yeah.
And that's something you're very passionate about, and we see photos of that, and that gets me to know who you are. Well, other people that have that similar athletic interest can relate to you, and they start to get to feel and know what you're all about. And then as they start to also see examples of your successes, or client stories, testimonials, so to speak, of how you've helped serve your client base, they get trust in you as an agent as well, right? And so I think that know your tribe, and it'll also help with that first thing about or having that tough skin, right? The second point, where you'll meet more people that are in line with working with you, and so you'll have less rejection, right?
Less rejection, and also more fun, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love
more
that.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's an amazing job. We have a lot of fun. There's a lot of flexibility, and you can treat your business however you would like. And I think it's great to have those options, and it's great to choose to enjoy your work rather than stressing it out and working with people that you don't enjoy working with. So
That's
I love
right.
that. I mean, really, really great tips for new and experienced agent. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time today. And obviously, if you're looking for an amazing realtor, talk to Karim. He's a rock star for sure. And if you're an agent, just want to pick his brain. What's your drink of choice, Karim?
You know what? I'm a wine drinker, if anything.
Wine. So
Red wine.
pick up the bottle of red wine and have a beverage and have a sit down with Karim, and feel free to pick his brain. I'm sure he'd love to help. So
Anytime.
awesome. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.